Namaste. Today let's discuss yoga for pain. Some people list yoga for a number of ailments, and some people feel that yoga should have no place in helping people with ailments. And recently I spoke to a friend who said that yoga has no purpose. By the way, he's a yoga teacher, but the thing is, I don't believe anyone does anything without a purpose, so people wouldn't practice yoga in every corner of the earth if it had no purpose. Some things that you want to think about when discussing pain. There are more than one kind of pain. We usually think of physical pain because we can feel it, and it sometimes can be very intense. If I have a toothache, I know the pain. Mental pain, emotional pain, and also there is spiritual pain. Now, when we start to think about yoga being used for different types of pain, we might not consider it a cure-all, we might consider it an adjunct therapy, or some people still might consider it a cure-all. There are some things to consider in cases where yoga would not be advisable for students in severe pain. One might be an example, hatha yoga might not be, and particularly the styles where there is a lot of motion. So where there's a lot of motion, say like, and I'm not picking on any style, but vinyasa yoga, power yoga, these types of styles where there's a lot of movement, very good for people who are young, athletic, and so forth. But what if someone has severe rheumatoid arthritis? What if someone has severe bone diseases? Maybe it's osteoporosis. And you know, the jump back in and of itself might be a good thing to do when you're younger, but all of a sudden if I have a bunch of stress in my spine already and I jump back, and now when the feet land and the lower back acts as a shock absorption system, well, it just can't be good. And it's not just that it can't be good, it's also been pointed out by different orthopedic associations that this motion is not good for someone who has pre-existing spinal conditions. So it could aggravate a condition and so forth. But we don't just want to think about one form of yoga. There are many forms of yoga. So, in truth, yoga has its limits, just like any form of therapy. But there are many ways that you can integrate it into your daily life. The reason why sometimes it doesn't work is because some people will say, well, I'll practice yoga once a week. Funny, they don't practice prescription medicine once a week. They take the pills once or twice or 3 times a day. They don't practice a diet once a week. They have to stay on the diet for so many days. These are things that you should consider when you talk to students or when students talk to you about their needs as far as pain, and also about the correct amount of work they have to do. Sometimes it's unrealistic for someone to think, in 30 days I'll be done, and all I have to do is do this 4 times over 30 days, and I'll be cured. Some things to think about as far as yoga and pain. We will get back to this one again. Om Shanti.